is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
From Anonymous Tipper. Would you ever play mobile games on stream? I asked because of the recent Pokemon Go controversy about character customization. As I've explained, actually, for the record, I did make videos about Pokemon Go in 2016 when it was new. Okay? There's a couple things to discuss here. Number one, obviously, there's an incredibly stupid controversy around me in mobile games that, you know, I don't even have to talk about it anymore because it's so stupid and old and dumb. But obviously, if I were to try to make any mobile game content, immediately my detractors would be all over it trying to microanalyze every single piece of everything possible, right? To try to get some kind of weird evidence or some kind of shit. You know. And, by the way, I'm just going to ban a couple people right now.
Banned, 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 banned. Gone. Forever. I received a $55 tip. I've never run into this thing before. What is it, a money creature? Yeah, look. It's a money creature. It just throws money around. What the hell was that?
No, it says, why do you think it's hard for trolls or those on the outside to believe you have a dedicated fan base when the success of your channel should say all there is to know? Because they basically have manufactured a narrative to try to justify their actions. So their narrative is this crazy. Just think about this. To this day, my trolls slash detractors slash whatever you want to call them, they literally say the following. You ready for this? Phil really only has like 2 or 3 people who support him. That's it. There's like 2 or 3 people who like his content. And they come back and they just keep supporting him by doing everything. Now, they do it under a variety and vast network of different names and identities, but they're all exactly the same person, right? So, Only Ice Coffee and Planet Jeff are responsible for 99% of the support I've received in the last 10 years. Or some insane thing. They actually say that, right? And listen, there are people who have come and gone who have been very large contributors to my content and have spoken up and become notable in the community and stuff like that. So, it could be understandable when you had someone like Only Ice Coffee, who at one point was doing tips and gifted memberships and everything for a long time. Or Planet Jeff, who way back in the day was the person who gave me my biggest tips. It was actually Planet Jeff who came in here and gave me like a $2,000 tip one day. Okay? So when you have those kind of people who come by and they do those contributions, people, oh, I remember that, I remember that. But in reality, the truth is, and this is just like anything in life, all right? Not everyone stays a fan of stuff forever. And not everyone sticks around and supports forever. There's people who go through different phases of their life, different parts of their times of their life. You know, I've had people who started off as supporters, stopped watching my content for the longest time, came back 10 years later, said, oh, I'm watching you again, and supported again. You know? Why do these people not believe that I have people who actually like my content? Because that breaks their narrative. Their narrative is, actually, I'm some kind of a scam artist jerk who doesn't make anything meaningful to anyone. I'm somehow using these ridiculous abilities, these mind-controlling abilities to come through the internet and grasp onto people and grab their wallets and rip their wallets out of their pockets and toss their money my way. I want you to think of how ludicrous that sounds.
Phil has the pignosis. He mind and brainwashes his viewers into contributing.
All I'm doing is sitting around doing a podcast, doing playing a game, hanging out with you guys, talking like tonight. That's all I'm doing. Tonight, did I ask for anything? Look at the support. I didn't say a word. We're just chilling. I was explaining why I can't play Fightcade. That's all. That's it. And look, people like me. People like my content. They want more of it. So they support it. People realize that the more that they support, the more consistent the content can be. You know, no interruptions, no problems. I think I've shown over the last couple of years my willingness to improve, to spend some money to actually improve the setup or do things that are different. You know what I'm saying? I haven't gotten a new PC yet. That's probably the next major thing. But outside of that, you know, take a look. People like who I am and what I do. But their narrative is so hyper-focused on making me look like a horrible villain. That's how they make their videos. That's how they do their streams. But again, the detractor rationale is to always belittle, downgrade, straw man, right? The whole OIC and Planet Jeff's straw man argument is ridiculous. Do you really think that 2 people are responsible for all of my income? No, that's an insane thought. To even say that is nutty and crazy and stupid. But that's what they propagate. And their community is so dumb and gullible. They believe it. They actually believe that. It's a ton of people. It's a ridiculous amount of people who contribute to my content on a daily basis. Not only, you only see this side of it. You're seeing the public stream side of it. There's a whole back-end side of it. There's people who pledge to a Patreon. There's people who are watching my videos, doing super thanks on the videos, who are members every month at different various levels. There's people who are supporting my React content, people who are supporting my throwback content. There's all these different people. You all think that they're two people? Are you fucking stupid? But again, that's the narrative, because that basically deflates the narrative that I'm meaningful. Because here's what I've started saying recently. Is some people say to me, what do you think, is good about your content, or what makes you stand out? Because my content isn't harmful. I'm 16 years in this business. I have a ton of experience under my belt being a video game content creator, right? I have experience in all these different genres. I can talk honestly about my thoughts about gaming and the landscape and how things are going business-wise and everything. I can compare game genres to each other and everything. I've been around for 16 years doing this. So I have experience a lot of people don't. But my content is not toxic or harmful. I'm not sitting here crapping on some other YouTuber to get people to attack each other, right? In order to have a good night. Oh, business is slow tonight. Let's do a shit on someone stream or something like that. I don't have to do that. So many YouTubers have taken that low road, and I haven't had to do that. And I'm happy about that.
Why do I sometimes name drop other content creators that are bigger and more successful than me? Because I'm jealous. That's why. Yes, I'm jealous of PewDiePie. Yes, I'm jealous of Markiplier. They're rich. I'm not. I'm jealous of them. Why do you think I bring them up? Right?
Okay. I got a dollar tip. Someone says, so you say, hold on. When you say detractors make theories about you being supported by only a handful of people, can you admit there's some streams that are generally supported with one supporter? For example, sometimes you'll have $55 in tips and 50 came from one person. Doesn't that happen? Yeah, so what? What's your point?
Uh-oh. You just got exposed live on stream. Oh!
First of all, that doesn't happen every stream. That does happen some streams, but it's not every time. It's not always the same person who would do that one big tip. The point that the detractors make is it's the same two people. That's not true. Tonight, there's a bunch of supporters, and they're all different. Tomorrow, there may be one big supporter on my daytime stream and a bunch of little ones, but then on the night stream, there may be a different big supporter and a bunch of little ones. Why does that matter? What is it? There's no point. You understand? There's literally no point to saying one person did a big contribution and a few did a little. It doesn't prove any point at all. It's just like, you see, he had so few people who support him. Wrong. There's a ton of people who support me. A ton. That's how I'm successful. That's why I can have a stream with 300 people on it, but have a really good night. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not what these idiots say. It's literally a group effort among people who like different kinds of content. Right? So, there's no point to what you're saying. Unless you can come back and actually say, I have a point. Here's what I was trying to say, because you had none. Then, but there's no point to what you're saying. It proves nothing. It does not even an argument. It doesn't even make it. What are you even saying that for?
$56 tip from Jared tonight. $56 tip from Jared. But ladies and gentlemen, for the third time tonight, and 3 different people, right? Sure.
There's no point. Oh my God, this guy doesn't understand. This is the guy from earlier who says, just listen, I'm just going to read it word for word. Here's my point. You said you have a ton of supporters, but so many streams have been carried by 1 or 2 people. I have a ton of supporters. Every once in a while, they'll throw $1, they'll be a member, they'll do a super chat. Then sometimes I have some bigger supporters come by and do a bigger contribution. But I still have a ton of supporters. I don't understand what's so hard to understand about this. I don't. I'm really at a loss, like, what don't you get? I have a ton of supporters. Likely thousands. They're not always here at the same time, because I do a variety of content. Some come for the podcast, some come for impromptu chill streams, some come for fighting games, some come for shooters, some come for RPGs, some come for everything. But they're all split. But overall, I do have thousands of viewers for my content. They come by at various times to support in different ways. Super chat, become a member, gift memberships, tip. Some people do those things on my other channels. Some people pledge to my Patreon. I mean, I can keep going. These are all ways that all of these different people support. Just because one person comes by and does a $50 tip, and one person comes by and does a $2 tip, it doesn't make a difference. They're still two people. I have a large number of supporters. You can't disprove that because it's factual. If you try to disprove it, you're wrong and you're stupid. I don't know what else to say. It's just dumb to argue it. Just because it's the detractor logic doesn't make it true. Okay, here we go. The detractors want to continue their narrative. Lease on Luxury says, what would happen if those few people stopped donating? Could the community be viable for the business? Yes. Because this has happened time and time and time and time and time and time again. Whenever one person walks out of that revolving door, someone else walks in. That's how it works. When you're a content creator that makes positive content, that's exactly how it works. You're going to see people walk in and out of your life constantly, and it's okay. Because as long as you're still there as a staple, continuing to make that style of content that's meaningful to people, some people will come back, and you'll get new people, and it will continue. It might not always be the same faces. It might not always be the same people. Hell, I've had different moderating teams over the years. I've had different people who do work for me behind the scenes and help me out over the years. But it doesn't matter because as long as I keep up the good fight, keep doing the good stuff, right? People like it and will keep coming in to support it no matter what. All right? It's been 16 years, highs and lows. I've been on where? On YouTube, on various different YouTube channels, on Blip TV, and on Dailymotion. I've been on Twitch. I've been on, excuse me, all these other places. And guess what? People still come with me. They're still with me along for this journey, right? Hasn't gone away. You don't know what you're talking about, right?
Oh! It won't die. It's an immortal pig. Look at this. What the fuck? It never dies.
Like, what on earth are you speaking of? And so, now, wait a minute. You literally just changed the narrative. Just listen to this. What about the fake narrative? This is fragile. You're 4 years away from your bankruptcy. To save the house fundraiser. Whoa. What is your narrative? You don't have one. You literally just changed the story 3 times. First, your narrative is, I don't have enough consistent supporters. If a few go away, I fail. That's happened a million times, and I'm still here. I just expect, well, what's the next thing? Where's the next goalpost? Okay? You are in a crazy mania. Your mania has taken over your small p brain, and all you can do is think about the next thing to say negative. They're all false narratives. You are an insignificant human. You don't matter. It doesn't matter what you say in the chat right now or what you do. You're insignificant on this planet. Here's what you need to do. Get away from your device and go do something with your life that will affect someone in a positive way. And what you're going to find is that that is going to be way more meaningful both for you and for everyone else around you than for you sitting in your false narrative land, believing your toxic nonsense and thinking that it has any bearing on me or my life. It doesn't. I will still be here tomorrow, and you'll still be miserable humping Hatsune Miku in your bed. All right? So do yourself a favor, get the fuck off my stream, get a life, and get the fuck into something positive. Because, man, your toxicity is embarrassing to the human race. You are literally an embarrassment to human beings on this fucking planet. Go away.
Why am I toxic? More toxic, more toxic.
The Blimp says, it's literal projection. These people lack something in their lives. Then they rationalize bad behavior towards someone that's targeted as a means to not address their own shortcomings. Exactly. I've always said this, too. Even if everything they've ever said about me was true, which 99% of it isn't. Some of it is because I am a flawed human, and I've made mistakes over the years, and I've changed for the better. I feel like the last 7 years of my life have been an epiphany where I've turned everything around, and I'm a much better person now, correct?
No.
But, even if everything they've said is true about me, am I still the devil? None of the things that I've done that they're claiming are real crimes or anything like that. It's just, some bad behaviors that we don't like, right? And so if you don't like the bad behaviors you accuse me of, go away. Why do you still stalk me every day? Why are you still watching? Right? Because you benefit from it because you make money on it. That's why. If there was no money, there'd be no detractor community. I stand by that. Right now, I'll prove the point. You ready? Right now, to prove the point, I dare every one of these idiots, the memologies, the duty streams, the restreamers, all of them, demonetize your content for a whole month. Right now.
Oh my God.
Do it. Be men. Be real men. And demonetize your content for a month and prove that you actually do it because you have a reason to do it. Because you feel like you're doing something good, a service, instead of we're just doing it to make money. I fucking dare you to demonetize your content for a month. You won't do it. Because you do it for money. That's why you make up the stuff to begin with. You're fucking full of shit. You have no actual morality. You have no leg to stand on. Nothing. You're wastes of life. Not a single one. I already did this before. I did this a couple years ago too. I said the same thing. Never worked. They will never do it. Because the only reason that they do it was for the dollars to begin with. Right?
You are someone who has no self-awareness, and you think that you're the most important thing. All right. I think that's it. Let's adjourn. Thank you all. A great night tonight. I had a good time with all of you, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Excellent. Look in the mirror. You see that? That's the biggest idiot in the fucking room right now. You have spent money on junk. That game's always sucked. It never was good. Not for one moment was it good. It was always bad. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. That I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.